Good morning. Live from West Melbourne, Florida. It's Big Strike, day number 6 of my COVID experience. Feel, I guess, pretty good today. I'm tired. You can see my eyes are kind of not wanting to stay open. Talked to the health department, called me because they got a positive test and asked a few questions on, and I know where their statistical numbers come from. Also did a televisit with my primary care doctor. And it seemed like they both seemed that I should be done with this by now. The way they sounded, it's like 3 to 5 days, and this version of the COVID is history. But I don't know. Didn't sleep well last night. Partly to do with my knee, but keeping me awake. This morning I still got these crazy sweats. Maybe they don't go away for a while. I don't know. No fever, I don't think. My throat's a little sore and not sore, but doesn't feel right. So anyway, I'm still here. Looks like I make it through this thing. After talking with my doctor, I'm kind of glad that I waited to get COVID version number 3, I guess, because it's not as deadly on the people who have it as the first 2 versions that went around. This one's a little bit, it spreads a lot more, but it's not as harsh as the first 2. Day number 3. I got some comments yesterday from friends and family. Denise, good hearing from you. Sometime this summer, we're going to have to meet up and have lunch, brunch, or something, and just to BS for a little bit. I think the last time we seen each other is when my dad passed away. It's too long. It's too many years between that and then when I seen you before that. So getting too old to have too many years in between my visits with friends and family. Met a lot of people and had a lot of friends over the years. The people I grew up with, Jack, Randy, Joe, Roger, God. Doesn't seem like that long ago that we hung out together, but it's been over 40 years. My Florida friends, Joe and Tim, just don't get together anymore, and sucks. So I got to do something about that. It's mostly on me not wanting to do anything anymore. So hopefully this will be a year of the change. I don't know. Looks like we got nasty weather coming in. Looks cloudy out, like it's ready to rain, which is nasty for us compared to you people up north. I know it's not saying much. My I know my daughter Carol in Missouri, they've gotten some ice and then snow on top of it, and some beautiful pictures. Susie up in Michigan, I don't know, haven't heard from you what it's like up there, but I'm sure you've got plenty of lake effect snow that you're what's the word I'm looking for? Dredging through. I don't know. My neighbors here who are on their way down from the UP of Michigan, they're trying to time it so they can miss some of these storms that are going through the central part of the country. This last ice storm, snowstorm that's gone through Tennessee, Kentucky. Hope they make it through all right and have a safe trip. Looking forward for Chet to come down to go bass fishing. I just hope my knee can make it through. One thing about this COVID, I have it's now with my wife Peggy and my grandson Caden. Hopefully, it just it goes quickly through them and doesn't give them too much pain, trouble. Can't believe it took I guess lucky that this meant 2 years before I even got it. So I guess I'm fortunate on that end. And fortunate that it's as mild as it has been. So God, I guess I should prepare for these more. I should have some kind of wise thing to say, some kind of story. You know, Denise made the comment of bringing up some old memories of being in Grandma's house and looking for my daughter Stephanie, the probably out taking care of the chickens and wandering outside with Kobe or my grandson. But those old times as a little kid, I can't believe the memories of Grandma still so vivid in my mind. She passed away when, let's see, how old was I? I just graduated. No, started my freshman year because she made it to my 8th grade graduation. She passed away December of had to be 71, 70, something like that. And once I think about it, that's 52 years ago. Long time. Her grandma was a special person. uh, she was definitely what we call now old school, but she had a lot of cats that chickens, garden. Remember the horseradish growing down by the well down at the end of the driveway? Uh, big rhubarb patch out in the garden. Um, all the begonias. Grandma loved begonias. They grew in pots everywhere. And then on the breezeway porch, from the little section from between the house and the garage that was covered, is where she kept any hens she had laying on eggs. Um, one or two in there laying, sitting on eggs. There were usually crocks of sauerkraut or pickles out there on that same porch. And always seemed like she was cooking or baking something. Anyway, memories. That's what they're there for, I guess. Wish I could find some of those pictures and figure out how to post them on here, but I'm not that talented yet. Hopefully I will be. So until next time, I guess, hope you all are doing well, and we'll catch you another day. God, not very good at this, I guess. There once was. Oh, one thing never mind. I did. I was showing my grandson yesterday. I watched some videos of Larry Bird. Larry Bird from French Lick, Indiana. Good morning, Stephanie. He was quite the character that I didn't realize at the time when things that he done and was doing in the NBA. Watched him play in his college at Indiana State University. At that time, I didn't care about the NBA. It was, to me, the NBA wasn't a basketball game. It was entertainment. They let him do things that you couldn't get away with in normal basketball. So it just wasn't the pure sport that I didn't watch it that much. But he was quite the character. The things that he did and said, and shots that he called, that went through with, and there's some pretty neat videos. So anyway, just to pass it on. Hopefully going to be putting up some cooking videos on using the air fryer. I noticed that's a very popular item that people are looking at, and one video I did on cooking bacon on the air fryer went from like 40 views from June of last year till November, and then all of a sudden Christmas comes, and I guess there must have been quite a few air fryers that went out for Christmas, because I went from like 40 to 50 views to 380. So throw out there some more videos about using the air fryer. Stephanie says she found a big box of old baseball cards this morning. First one I pull out is Jim Bullinger of the Cubs. Not sure. Sounds like it might have been 80s. I'm not sure. I don't remember a Jim Bullinger. What year's on that card, Stephanie? You know, I grew up in Indiana, just outside of Chicago, 60 miles outside. But WGN was the station. WGN stands for World's Greatest News. But they televised all the Cubs games and all the Cubs games except for, I think, maybe 3 or 4, something like that. So it was easy to keep up on the Cubs. And then came down to Florida, didn't get before the cable really was big time. And then WGN got on cable and we got to watch the games. And then all of a sudden, it became a specialty station to watch, to see the games, and you had to pay extra for it. And just don't seem to have the time or the patience anymore to can't remember the last time it was I sat and watched a whole baseball game. That used to be my favorite sport. When I was a kid, I wanted to play baseball. That was my sport to excel in. But unfortunately, my downfall with it was being blind in one eye. You can't pick up the ball quick enough to see it. So once they started throwing faster, I kept getting hit because I couldn't pick up the ball to get the hell out of the way. Somehow I could still hit once in a while, but I could field, I could catch, I could throw. Just had problems in the batter's box. What guy at the grocery store that sold them? Baseball cards. You know what? My retirement would be going well now if my baseball cards were around. When I went to college, Mom took my baseball cards and gave them to my nephew, Rick. And Rick took them to school and traded them away for marbles or something like that. And I couldn't believe Mom did that, but I know some of the cards that I had, even the ones that I had, I know I had 3 or 4 of them. Rico Cardi of the Atlanta Braves. This way, I guess, late 60s, early 70s. That card last time I looked, which was a few years back, was selling for like $300. And I know I had 3 or 4 of those. I had some cards that I'd say from my brother, who my brother was a 13 years older than I am, and he was collecting the baseball cards that used to come on the back of cereal boxes. It probably had, I don't know, 30 to 40 of those. And just the money that they were selling for at a time, I don't know if they still are. I haven't looked at what baseball cards are going for. But I had a pretty good collection. I think I had somewhere, I don't know, somewhere around 500 at one time. I know they're not all worth much, but I can remember some of the ones that I had. I had a card with Ernie Banks and Billy Williams on, the Cubs home run hitters. I still remember the Cubs from 1969. They were up by what? 8.5 games going into September. Hell, it might have been later than that. They ended up losing and the Mets won. The Miracle Mets of 69. Couldn't stand the Mets since then. Yeah, I got a couple. My daughter Stephanie just wrote, it's fun looking through them trying to find Craig and the White Sox. Our cousin Craig Grebeck played for the White Sox for, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 years. Was a utility infielder. Played second and second base and shortstop quite a bit. Got a couple of his cards back in the drawer. But getting back to 69, it was Ernie Banks at first, Glenn Beckert at second, Don Kessinger shortstop, Ron Santo third base, Randy Hundley behind the plate. We had Billy Williams in left, Jimmy Hickman, I think, in center. Or maybe it was Jimmy Hickman in right, and Adolfo Phillips, was it, I think, in center? I don't know. I think that's what it was. Our pitchers, Bill Hands, Fergie Jenkins. God, my memory's going. And in my opinion, the best Cub broadcaster and baseball broadcaster of all time, Jack Brickhouse. Brickhouse was a Cubs man, not like Harry Carey, get drunk by the 7th inning, and never liked Harry Carey. Not after listening to Brickhouse throughout the years, because I remember you could watch a game with Jack Brickhouse announcing the game, and Cubs could be losing 21-3, and he'd have something good to say about them. I know Harry told it like it is, and when they suck, they suck. But that's why part of the reason I always was a Cubs fan. It was just fun trying to see if they'd ever win. I liked them less as when they won, to be honest with you. Same thing like my grandson, and we're Magic fans right now, and he's wanting a winning team. And it's like, well, you know what? You get a winning team, then the ticket prices go up and there's less and less tickets available. I said, one thing about being behind a losing team, it's easier to go to a game. So that's the way I look at it. To me, it isn't the way that Vince Lombardi once put it, that about his definition of winning. How did it go? It was winning isn't a good thing, it's the only thing, something like that. Always been a fan of the lovable losers. So I'm going to end it right there for now. Stephanie, hope you have a great day. My love to you and Kobe. Give him a hug. I know you post a lot on Facebook, but I got to where I don't hardly look at Facebook anymore. Now, I do want to mention one thing about Facebook. A manager that used to work for me that at Shell's, and God, I remember his parents used to come in every Tuesday for Lobster Tuesday. His dad was a retired Air Force officer, and nice people. Even after Joe left Shells, or our Shells, I would still take care of them. But rest in peace, and Joe LaPana. Gonna miss your anecdotes and comments and stuff on Facebook. I know whenever I open it up, I could always find something, some crazy shit that you posted that no matter how bad I was feeling, would make me laugh. Rest in peace, my friend. And with that, I hope you all have a great day and a better tomorrow. See you next time.